See, when I came to the college, I was a young priest, and then they asked me to teach political science and civics administration. Civics administration was a big class, political science, about 10 people and so on. I felt frustrated. So many years of work, so many years of study, preparation, theology, just to teach some students, mainly girls, political science. It didn't make sense. Then Valles was there, so with Valles said, let us do something else. So we started taking people to Mount Tabu for special things. Then Valles was busy doing other things and so on and so forth. I cannot accompany. He was doing all the talking and so on. I was simply accompanying him. Then we started with this kind of achievement motivation, to motivate the students to achieve. Again, I said, fine, we are simply doing this in the college. So then we spread it to other colleges. So people from Commerce College, Engineering College started coming. Then I started reading that Latin American theology, liberation theology. And I felt very guilty. Here I am, only teaching rich people. What is this? So we were working at the time with Siddiqui and contractor, 3 of us. Dudara was also there. I said, why don't we go to the villages? So we started going to the villages around Ahmedabad, teaching them also achieving motivation and, some skills. So some of the villages caught on, started growing vegetables, doing a lot of money, and, it was good. But then again, I said, we are still with the rich people of the villages. So then Brother Lobo was in Anikishore. So he invited us there. So we brought the Anikishore people. They ran away. So I said, we are not fit to teach poor people. At that moment, I was invited to attend a seminar conducted by Paulo Freire in Bombay. Tío Matthias, Spanish, he is very much at home in Spanish. If he finds difficulty in English, you help him. And he sent me his best book, Pedagogy of the Oppressed. I read it the second time. I said, this is it. So I prepared myself, and coincidentally, Lopetegui asked me, why don't you come and teach our people there? So all these youngsters from the BAL, Peter Kara, Pochabai, all those fellows came. Benjamin, all these people. And I gave them 100% Paulo Freire. And it was terrific. So I said, we have hit on something which is worthwhile. Then I had a group of Catholic students, Ramesh Vagela, Nikki, and then Yakubai Vankar, etc. All these, Asok Makwan was there, Francis Parmar. I took, and again the same thing. And it was twice we made that. And it was, emotional. It was, earth-shaking. So I said, here we have got something, right? So then we started going from village to village in the BAL. So we taught them how to fight against the money lenders and so on. And after a little while, I remember Peter Kala and Paul came to me and says, Father, you're very good. But then we oppose the money lenders, and when we are sick, what do we do? From where do we get the money? Your teaching is useless. So again, I said, this will not do. We have to do something. So what is that? So I started running around, going to the place, and what is you have there? Again, providentially, Lopetegui asked me, see, we have land in Pandar. And the thing is not working. Why don't you come there? So we went there, we started, and again we failed. People got very wild. So again we sat down. I said, what is this? So I started everything on the cooperative movement. And I said, no, we are going the wrong way. We are imposing our will on them, and we are not taking into consideration their needs. Naturally, they revolt. So what are we going to do? And then we set very clearly the rules. The land is yours. The cooperative is yours. We don't belong to the cooperative. We are going to help the cooperative on 2 conditions. Condition number 1, it belongs to everybody. Condition number 2, everybody is given equal rights to work. You all decide. So we started that. Now, we went, I remember going during May, because during May, contractors, CDK, all these people had holidays. So then in the heat of that thing, I said, what can you grow here? But then I saw by the roadside, there were these ganda babul there, vilayati babul, as they say. And I said, this seems to be. So then we consulted with that. There was a Kalidas Patel who knew a lot about these things. And so he said, yes, it can grow. So we started cooperatives with food for work from CRS and giving them work for about 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. Now, at the same time, we said we have to do things properly. So what we did was we studied the level of indebtedness. I remember in Vinage, at that time, I'm talking of 40 years ago, there were 3 or 4 lakhs of indebtedness of the whole village. He says, how can these people redeem themselves? So anyhow, so we studied the whole thing and said, see, why are they indebted? Because they have only seasonal work. They work during the paddy season, they work during the wheat season, that makes about 6 months. Then after 6 months they have no employment, so they don't have money. So then with the cooperatives, with this land which was easily available, we started giving them food for work. You prepare, you have to do bunding and all those things to gather, to harvest the water during the monsoon. So we make them work and we pay them regularly. At the end of the week, so much you have worked, so much vulgar you get, so much oil you get, and that, was a great success. The things grew and, the whole thing developed and so on and so forth. So we went from, the first village we took was Bargam. From Bargam we went to Vinage, then we went to Golana. And in Golana, you know what happened. The money lender said, we cannot tolerate this. And they killed that 4 or 5. This was a turning point, in the whole thing, because fortunately we handled the thing properly, and I disappeared because according to the law, if they see a foreigner, the whole case has to be taken to Delhi, the old laws of the British. So then contractor and Gagan and Martin handled the whole thing very well, and we won the case. It was won in the Supreme Court, and that is how we established that.
Suchu